Hey Sag, Amanda here. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is your mid-June 2019 check-in reading. Got some help from Coconut. I'm dog sitting here today. So I chose the Next World Tarot for your overall energy for mid-June based on the reading that I got in the new moon in Gemini right in the beginning of June. So if you haven't watched that video, please do go back and check that out, because I felt like there was really an opening, a portal into a next world, into a new way of being in the world that's going to feel totally new here in the month of June. So this check-in using the Next World Tarot is really giving us the advice for moving forward in this new energy. So Sag, we're starting off here with Ten of Swords, and believe it or not, this really is the perfect energy for moving forward in an entirely new way. So the word associated with this card in this deck is ruin. It's a gnarly card, and you can see that this person is really at a breaking point. They are at the end of their rope in some way here. All of the swords, so for those of you new to the tarot, the swords go 1 through 10 before going into the royals of the suit. So this is the end of that minor arcana journey through the swords. The good news here, even though this is really hard energy, as you can tell, the good news is this is a cycle coming to an end. Whatever this is that has you in this space of really, there's just some real turmoil here. Whatever this is that's got you in this mental turmoil with the Ten of Swords, this is the end of it. This is the end of that journey for you, never to be repeated in this way ever again. So whatever you are coming through here, the Ten of Swords is here to tell you that it is truly finished. A cycle is closing, a chapter is closing, and we're moving into the new, stepping into the new here with the Two of Wands. This is great. So the word associated with this card in this deck is dominion. And this person really looks like the ruler of their dominion. So again here, talking about that portal, that opening with the Gemini new moon at the beginning of the month, here it is. This is the gateway. This is the doorway, the portal. So the question here, Sag, is what are you stepping into? There's a choice inherent here with the Two of Wands. It is a choice to choose your own dominion. To choose your dominion rather than participating in the dominions of other people, or like I'm almost getting this image of like being a servant in someone else's kingdom. No, this is your domain, your dominion, and you are in your full power here in your kingdom. So it is time to choose that for yourself and step through. This is a message that's coming through for almost everybody at this time, with their own subtle, unique differences here. For you, the difference is that you are coming through a really tough time and closing a chapter on some really hard energy here. I'm also noticing that it's Sun in Gemini, right? So I think Gemini season, as we transition from Gemini into Cancer, you're going to be closing out this chapter with the Ten of Swords. Whatever that mental struggle is for you, it's closing, and it's time for you to step into your fire. This is Mars in Aries. You are Sagittarius. You are fire energy taken to that higher power. So it really is time for you to pursue your fire and step into your own dominion here moving forward. Okay, I'm seeing in the foreground, yeah. I'm seeing in the foreground these eggs. They look freshly hatched. And there's some pink residue. It almost looks like pink paint inside the eggs that you can almost see footprints of, dapplings of in the background. So it's almost like this is it really is a birth. something is hatching, something new is hatching, and it's time to go. It's like we hatch and we're off. This portal has felt like a bit of a birth to me as well. Sometimes I talk about like being in that, what it feels like to be in that portal is sort of like being in a birth canal and feeling like squished as you're coming out of that space. It can be really, really, really uncomfortable when you're in this portal and you haven't quite stepped through yet. But in this card, I'm really seeing once you get out of this Ten of Swords energy here with Gemini season, and it's like, I think Cancer season is really, I think this summer is really bringing you new birth. You're like hatched out of your egg, ready to choose your dominion and ready to begin. And the Two of Wands really is like a whole new life shift. It's a choice to shift your life. So this is pretty gigantic energy here for you right now, Sag. And then we end here beautifully with victory. With the Six of Wands, again, more fire. It's like you're coming out of swords and into fire. You're coming out of like whatever brings you mental turmoil and mental struggle, mental emotional struggle. You're coming out of that now and you're choosing your soul fire. You're choosing to step forward from your soul and your heart's desire. Fire is also joy. So you're stepping forward in that light of joy, of fire, of desire. That's what you're moving forward with, and that's what's driving you forward. Yep, hello. Decolonization and rebirth. Those are the two words on the pillows that she's sitting on. So in this new journey, and I think I remember this from what Christy Rode wrote in the book, it's like the new, there's been a major cleansing of some sort, and this is a new start. In this victory in the Six of Wands, it's a bit tenuous. It feels like this person is high up and they are on a platform that's being supported by 6 sticks. So it's not the most stable victory, but it is a victory. It's a restart, and it's like you don't have a whole lot of resources yet. At least outside of you, you have a ton of resources in your being. I mean, this person is incredibly powerful, capable being. So in your being, you have everything you need. The external resources are still tenuous because you're coming out of decolonization. You're coming out of colonization. You are birthing something new, and so it's a fresh start. And rebirthing after that colonization, like getting out of whatever is colonizing you here, colonizing your mind and your heart, and stepping forth into your power. It is a fresh start into something new. And you can see this person's face, it looks like they've really been through it. They have really been through it, and there's this sense of real knowing and like a quiet victory. There's this internal victory happening here because when you're up this high, you can see where you're going and you can see what you're about to build. It's really beautiful, Sag. Okay, I'm feeling the need to take a little extra for you here. This is the Octaspamen deck, and let's see what kind of fun wisdom we get from this deck. It's a really fun deck. It's very sarcastic. It can be a little dark in its sense of humor, but I think it's going to give us what we need here to close out this reading. Yes! Haha. Follow the white rabbit. Ooh, what a magical card for you to get, Sag. Follow the white rabbit. So there's a white rabbit in one hand, and the her body language is turned towards the white rabbit, and the white rabbit is here at her heart. And actually it looks like the white rabbit is in like birth position. I don't know if you can see that. See that? Birth position, almost like coming she's got the rabbit here like this, and the rabbit is like coming through the chute, coming through that birth canal, and the rabbit itself is in a birth position. So it's almost like this, like birth and birth and birth and birth. And there's a knife in the other hand that the person is still sort of slyly looking back at. And to me, it's speaking to this Ten of Swords. Move on from this sword energy, and it's time to go towards, totally face towards this new birth down the rabbit hole. Follow that white rabbit. You know, it's like Alice in Wonderland. You don't know where that white rabbit is going to take you. You really don't. But it's a totally new journey. And according to this reading here, it is bringing you victory. So I'd say, even though it feels tenuous and unknown and like, where are we going? Follow the white rabbit. White rabbit. Follow the white rabbit and see where it leads you. Hopefully away from these swords. All right, Sag, if you would like to dive deeper into this, I'm going to take some clarifying cards with the Cosmic Tarot deck in the extended reading. So click the link below, follow me over to Vimeo for a small fee. We can dive more specifically into this and see if there's any more specific messages that want to come out for you. If not, thank you so much for joining me here. Please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps to boost the channel and get this work out there, get the messages out there to those who need it. So thanks again for joining me, y'all, and I'll see you in July. Take care.